Welcome back, everyone, to the 5th chapter of restoring a W. Bell & Company reed organ. Our next step is going to be looking at the reeds. Now, if you remember, we had placed all our reeds in our reed holders, whatever that may be, and we numbered them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is number 1, so I'm going to be starting with this one. And these reeds are this is your typical condition of a reed. We can see there's a foreign object stuffed in the top. And it's rather black with coal dust. But actually, this isn't all that bad. There's very little corrosion on this, and it will require very little cleaning to get them working. So before you start the cleaning, get stuff like this out of here. This is, I don't know what that was. So that's out of there. So now this reed will sound just as it is right now. And I'm going to put them through an ultrasonic cleaning process. I'm usually quite reserved when it comes to using my ultrasonic cleaner. I just basically use water and a little bit of vinegar. One day I'm going to try a cloth cleaning solution on the reeds, but right now I do not have that. So I'm just looking to get the reeds clean, get the dirt off the reeds. There's a lot of opinions on reed cleaning, and of course I have one of them. And for me, reeds are meant to be heard, not to be seen. The noise that comes from a reed is not necessarily from the reed itself. It's the air going around the reed. If it's shiny and it makes it sound, you think it sounds brighter, the only reason it sounds brighter is probably because you've adjusted the voicing on the reed. This will sound quite nice just being tarnished. I will probably shine up the heel end on this area here with a wire wheel because there's some leftover leather and it's a little rough along this edge where the mute would close. So I want to make that smooth so that the reed can sound. And a wire wheel works quite well for that. Just gotta be careful you don't hit the reed with it. So let's get these all cleaned up, and we can start inserting the reeds back into this organ and get it singing once again. Today is reed cleaning day, and I have an ultrasonic cleaner that I have the reeds in. I'm using a little bit of vinegar and hot water, and that's it. The reeds are in the ultrasonic cleaner for approximately 480 seconds, and then after that I rinse them very well with warm water, and then I move them over to the griddle, the type that you bake pancakes on. That type there works well on a very low setting. I can set it to around 130 degrees Fahrenheit, and I warm the reeds for about the duration that it takes until these reeds here are complete, for about 8 minutes. So once they're warmed up and well dried, then we can move them back into their containers, and then I put the wire wheel on the heels of the reeds only, and then we can put them back in the reed pan, what we're going to do right now. With inserting reeds, this is a good time, if you have a tuning table, to use it. What I normally do with the reeds is I put a number of them in first. Make sure that they're all in order. So now with a reed puller, a spare pitman, push down a little bit, not all the way, until you hear the air hissing, and insert the reed. Just keep on working your way up. The reason I'm doing this is because if there's any loose pieces of wood that comes out while I'm inserting the reed, it gets sucked through and it will go out of the pallet valve rather than getting stuck in the pallet valve. These are all inserting quite easily. Sometimes you may get an instrument where it's quite difficult to insert. In that case, I have handy a block of wax. I just stroke it on either side. And what that'll do is it will slide in much easier then for you. Keep working my way up. Sometimes you may come across a reed that isn't right at all and you need to fix it there. This is a good time to get some of the initial speaking parts working and verify that it will actually sing. And then you can work on the voicing and the tuning later. Okay, I can start with the next set down here, number 2, which is just over here. Is that ever out of tune? Those do not sound very good. I'm going to have some challenges up ahead when it comes to tuning this. So this is the general idea of all that's involved, of putting reeds back after they're cleaned. I always enjoy this part because it's really the first time you get to hear the instrument without any ciphers, if you did the palate valves properly. Bass side of the grate is complete. I still have more batches of reeds left to clean yet, so once they're done we can keep on placing more reeds in these cells, which is straightforward from this point, I believe. So we'll be back after these reeds are all complete.